I don't know if you can see me yet. Yay! Welcome. Are you ready for this? Happy Beltane, everybody. This is one of my favorite days of the entire year. Can I tell you that? Like I'm so excited for tonight. I'm excited for our ritual time. I'm excited for later tonight. I'm excited for tomorrow when I get to bury the stuff that we're going to work on tonight. How are you guys? We are back. My students have been online with me for 3 hours already today, so I gave them permission as their teacher to not do Beltane with me if they were tired of seeing me. Some of you haven't seen me yet today. April's asking what Beltane is. You're in the right place. I'm going to walk you through all of my favorite details about this holiday. And I will tell you, when I was a priestess in training, back when I was 18 years old, my high priestess at the time said that Beltane was her favorite holiday. And at the time I was like, really? I mean, we've got great holidays. And by the way, we in the northern hemisphere are celebrating Beltane. What are they celebrating in the southern hemisphere tonight? Our brothers and sisters, and some of them are live, are in Australia and New Zealand. We actually have a huge representation of Sage Goddess community in Australia and New Zealand. And so they are celebrating Samhain. So I want you to think with me for a minute, okay, as I sort of tell you about the history and the magic of this holiday. I want you to think about your calendar not as a line, but as a wheel. We call it the wheel of the year in the earth-based traditions, right? And so I want you to think about where we are right now. We're at Beltane. Beltane, May 1st, is the midway point between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. So what this holiday means is, especially, which is good news for somebody like me who's a double fire sign and born in August and just doesn't like cold days. This means we are halfway to summer, kids. And it's only going to be a few more months before I almost have to wear no clothing. I'm not a fan of clothing. I'm not a fan of shoes. I like hot days and long, sexy nights. And so anyway, I'm really excited because we are halfway now between spring and summer. Really good to see you guys tonight. And of course, in the south, in the southern hemisphere, they are halfway between fall and winter. So they are celebrating, if Beltane is over here on the wheel of the year, Samhain is directly across from it on that great wheel of time. And what I want you to know is, I know my students are here. I love you guys. By the way, the fact that you are hanging out with me for one more hour today, I just want to kiss you. It's very sweet. I'm glad that you want to spend this part of your holiday with me too, and thank you for that. Samhain is a portal. Samhain is the Celtic name for Halloween, right? And so it predates Halloween, but it's a portal. It is a portal to death and transformation. We do ancestral work. We always say that, it's easier to make contact with spirit guides around Halloween because it's like there's so much energy in the field. Beltane is a portal too, but instead of being a portal to death and transformation and ancestor work, it's a portal to life and growth and expansion and creation. And so, I love you guys too. So happy you're here. So can I tell you what tonight is? The Wheel of the Year also tells a love story between the god and the goddess in ancient earth-based traditions, okay? And so tonight is the night when they would celebrate their love, consummate their love, and the goddess would become pregnant. And so tonight is a very sexy holiday. It is celebrated traditionally with what's known as the Great Rite, which is exactly what I just told you. Sometimes we have children watching our rituals, so I'm trying to be kind of delicate, but that's what's happening tonight. And even if you don't have a partner, there needs to be some sexy time in your life. I feel bad for Dave because I'm coming at him tonight with some intense vibrations. I've been raising this energy all day long, and I'm like, especially being a Leo and a double fire sign, like I am concerned for his safety later this year. I love you guys too. So anyway, have fun tonight, but let's have fun together first. So tonight we are crafting. Every time I've been celebrating Beltane with you online for the last 7 years. And so, by the way, Angel's ahead of me. Did you see? She already did that. I'm a little behind the curve today. So anyway, Angel's leading the way. So I've been celebrating with you online for 7 years. And because I have to get you new tools every time to keep it interesting, my team and I came up with something really interesting for tonight. So we are crafting these vision eggs This is a little biodegradable. If you have the kit, if you don't, make your own. Get creative. Like, there's no excuse not to do tonight's craft. I said earlier live, even if you have to go in your refrigerator and get a piece of lettuce out and fill your piece of lettuce with your intention and then bury that, that's great. That is a magical craft. You can totally do that, and I would encourage you, go out in your garden and pick a big leaf and use that as your womb. What you're basically doing is representing the divine masculine and the divine feminine tonight, because again, tonight is the night of conception. Tonight is the night of union and fertilization and all the good, fun, sexy things, right? And so, yeah, get a potato, Sophia, right? Like, come on now, get a tortilla. My students in the feed have all the ideas covered for you. So if you're feeling uninspired, you now have 3 different suggestions in the feed of like really creative things. You have stuff in your kitchen, so you'll be able to figure out a way to do this ritual. But anyway, what's most important is you are taking a container, the feminine, right, the yin energy, goddess energy, the receiving, right, the taking within, and then to honor the masculine, you are inserting, you are penetrating, you are putting the seed of your vision, the seed of your creation into it. Aliana, it would be so rad, honestly, for you to do tonight's ritual with an egg and to visualize, instead of putting things into it, visualize the energies and then bury the egg. That'd be a really beautiful other way to do it. Banana peel, come on, kids. Like, look how creative you are. And that's right. You could get a big phallic carrot to insert into your into your potato. I'm going to let you guys be the naughty ones tonight, but I'm glad to know that your mind is already in a creative place, which means it takes some of the pressure off of me, and I don't have to teach you quite as much about that. Aren't we fun? We're a fun group. Okay. So it's a composting of dreams. And so you're going to, in a masculine way, insert your vision, insert your desire, insert your dormant resting potential into this container, which is going to receive all of that energy. And then the idea, anyway, is that you're going to bury this. Return it to Gaia. Let her gestate it in her womb. And so if you bought the kit from me, you have sunflower seeds, you have jasmine flowers, you have rose petals, you have hawthorn berries, which are all associated with manifestation and fruition. You have a red wax candle, which we are going to, in a very sexy way, drip onto our boxes tonight to seal the energy. I'm so excited for this. You have a very sexy perfume, jasmine and rose and cinnamon acacia. It's like florals with a spike, very subtle spike of cinnamon, but it's there. And cinnamon is, again, all that dormant, fiery potential within you that's waiting to be ignited. And then we gave you some paint pens. I gathered up a couple of other things that I want to advise you to have, okay? Put your seeds in there. Honestly, really, if you have seeds, this is such a great way to work with your seeds. And what you want to do is you want to bless each seed, and we're going to do that together. You're going to set an intention, because the new moon's Friday, guys, and it's a new moon in Taurus. And it's a new moon between Beltane and 5/5 on Sunday, which is the most important day of prosperity of the entire year. Did you know that? I'm doing live new moon ritual on Friday. So if you really want to do this the right way, you're going to do ritual with me tonight. You're going to make this box. If you want to do it exactly the way I'm doing it, you're going to make the box tonight. You're going to penetrate your box. Then on Friday night, we're going to do our new moon ritual. We're going to add to the box. This is my plan anyway. Then on Friday night after ritual, I'm going to go home and bury mine at night on the new moon. I'm going to return at the new moon all of this to Mother Earth, and then over the next lunar cycle, let her take it and compost it and begin to allow those seeds to germinate and take root and take hold and start to grow. So that's how I'm going to do it. You can choose to do it any way you want. And those of you who are in the Southern Hem, Athena Max in New Zealand, live with us right now, it's Samhain time. What I would recommend that you do is do the ritual the way we're doing it. I would still bury it with seeds of new creation, but recognize that your incubation period is going to be longer. It's like these are seeds you're planting ahead of the dormant season. So I would consider it that way. It's still going to come up and flower and grow for you. So I would still put all your visioning and all your love and all your intention into it exactly the way we're going to do it tonight, but recognize that your resting period is going to be longer. Ours are going to go into the ground and hopefully take seed and begin to germinate and grow. The other thing you can do is put your intentions in here, not for what you want to grow, Southern Hem brothers and sisters, but what you want to release and give that back to Gaia. Wouldn't that be a beautiful Samhain alternative using the exact same tools, but instead of putting in visions for what you want to grow, put in a vision for what you want to release? If you don't have a yard or an apartment, and you don't have access to public land where you could open the earth and put this in and seal the earth, what you could do is buy a pot, a little plastic pot, and some soil, and bury it in there and let that grow. See what comes for you. Put some seeds in it. And then you're going to have a little container pot that you can grow and watch. And I promise you, you're going to so enjoy watching that, aren't you? Through the spring and into the summer, like what's coming up for you. And if you're like me, when I've done this in the past, as soon as I saw little seedlings, coming up, I just burst into tears. That was me, though. But it was very emotional because I had released so much in. And as soon as I saw the rebirth, it was like I felt like Gaia was speaking directly to me. If you don't have seeds, your local Home Depot, garden store, garden center, you can go on Amazon Prime. They have them next day shipping. So, buy a little, they're like 99 cents a package. Get a little package of lavender seeds if you're seeking healing, or rosemary if you're seeking clarity, and plant something with some seeds, some little seeds that you can grow and that will come up, a bud for you. If you don't have seeds and you don't want to buy seeds, you certainly could do a baby succulent. There is something, though, about watching Gaia return it to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me anyway, there's something about watching that growth and seeing what's coming up that really, I don't know, it feels like a dialogue with Gaia herself. So I leave that to you. That's right. Kimberly's like, do tomatoes and then you can eat it. Okay. The 2 extra things that I'm adding that I want to tell you about in case you want to do it, get a leaf and a pen. I have a little gold metallic marker because I like to write in gold. And get a leaf because I want you to, if you feel so inclined, since I'm going to bury mine at the new moon. Yeah, add your seeds tomorrow, Kayla. We're just starting this tonight. You can add seeds tomorrow. You can pray over this tomorrow. The window between tonight and Friday is very powerful, my friends. You are going from a 5-fire holiday to a Taurus new moon. The next 48 hours, and bay leaf would be beautiful, Aliana. I asked Alexis to go out into our little garden out here in front of SG and pick me a leaf. So this is what she brought me. I don't know what it is, but because she picked it for me, I love it. And then the other thing I have that I'm adding is I have saved a double terminated Herkimer diamond, which I'm going to add in and bury as an offering. So, and this is a special crystal, but you know what? In my training and in my practice, what I have realized is sometimes it's important to give something back to the earth that is of value, that is beautiful. Maybe there's a special tumbled stone in your collection, or I think it should be quartz, and I think it'd be great if it could be double terminated, which sends and receives energy, so it becomes like a little beacon, a little transmitter that you're burying. But honestly, anything that raises the vibration, has some relevance to you, is something that I think you should add. And then, this is a great question. Cynthia Gutierrez is asking where to bury it. Do you guys know, this is a pop quiz, what direction in Feng Shui is associated with prosperity? This feels like Jeopardy, like I should be singing while I wait to see if you can guess. The southeast. Cecilia Gonzalez wins the prize. The southeast corner is where you should bury this, because that is the prosperity corner of your home, of your garden, of your city, wherever it is. So southeast is where you want to bury this to, again, maximize when you and let's say you plant it at the new moon, and you bury it in the southeast, and then let's say you go back on 5/5 and you leave offerings over the top of that, over the ground at 5:55 p.m. Every time you do something extra and special, it's called a correspondence. And when you layer your correspondences, you add additional energy. So you don't have to take it to all these crazy levels that I'm talking about, but some of you like to learn like tips and tricks, and that's kind of what tonight is about. Like, here are all the things. If you want to really sex this up, not to play on the energy, but you know what I mean. If you really want to take this to the next level, those are all little tips and tricks that you can do. So Alicia's asking, what are we planting? We are planting our craft tonight, which are these little biodegradable egg boxes, where you can choose to do tonight's craft in a lettuce leaf or in a potato or a banana skin or anything that you have. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so, and honestly, you can bury it in any direction. I usually bury everything to the east because that's the native way. But when I'm burying something with a specific intention, I like to bury it aligned with the feng shui energies as well. And so it's southeast, not directly east, but that's just personally what I'm going to be doing. So if you want to bury yours directly to the east, I support you in that decision. I don't think you can go wrong. Love it. Elizabeth's using an orange peel. Elizabeth, did you know that that is the fruit of prosperity? Oranges represent prosperity. Cinnamon sticks represent prosperity. Like, how cool would it be to add a cinnamon stick to this? Basil represents prosperity. Those of you who are in Soul Shift, you have basil essential oil. Add a couple drops from your mesa. Like, you guys have tools, do you know what I mean? So use all of your tools at your disposal to make this really, really special. And yes, you can totally do this tomorrow. It's totally fine. Within 24 hours is the best time to do magic of the actual holiday. So as long as you're doing it within the 24 hours, you're totally fine. Aren't you excited? You're probably like, I like to imagine you all in your kitchens going, oh my God, I've got an orange. I've got basil. I've got a banana peel. I've got a, like, that's fun. I'm glad you're here. So before we get started, I'm going to smudge as we must and we always do. I'm going to be playing singing bowls for you for just a minute, just to kind of drop you into the space. So I want to invite you, this is a high holiday, we are doing ritual. I want to invite you to roll your shoulders back. Take a nice deep cleansing breath with me. Let go of any thoughts that are distracting you from being fully present in this moment, anything that's worrying you or causing you anxiety. Bye. It can go sit outside. We are focused on raising a vibration tonight. So worries, I mean, honestly, think about it. I think of tonight as like the grand seduction. When I'm trying to seduce someone, and I have some experience in this department, when I'm trying to seduce someone, I'm not thinking about what I'm worried about. I'm not thinking about what I'm anxious about. I'm not thinking about anything but what's going on right here, right now. So I want you to see tonight as a grand seduction. And the first person you're going to seduce is you. Are you good at seducing yourself? I have become quite the mistress of seducing myself. And honestly, you can't really seduce anybody else until you seduce yourself. Isn't that true? Athena Max, like, I'm Taurus with a Venus midheaven. I have no problems with seduction. No, you do not. I don't either, girl. I enjoy seduction. I like to receive it. I like to give it. I'm into it. But you know what? We're here, and we're in these human bodies, and we're meant to experience and enjoy pleasure, and tonight is the night. So check your worries, check your anxiety, check your clothes at the door. It is time to lighten up and loosen up. We can get all conservative in wintertime if you want to do that. All right, my sage doesn't want to go out. Isn't it beautiful? My team put a brand new bundle in my abalone shell, and I just think it's so beautiful. We had fire bundles at sagegoddess.com today, which are our handmade white sage bundles, but made for the fire holiday. So I think they might be gone, but if there's any left, don't miss those, because we only have our white sage bundles in-house every 4 or 6 weeks, something like that. I know, I'm trying to get these shells for everybody. It's easier said than done. Okay, so the energy is clear. Christina's husband is excited. He should be. I always like to say I'm a sure thing tonight. Woo! There should be a night where you're a sure thing. If it's not for a partner, be a sure thing for yourself tonight. Okay. Woo. I want you to roll your shoulders back, call your energy into present time. And I want you to imagine that out of your left hand extends a big white beam of beautiful light. And I want you to give that light, like, be sensual tonight. Give that light a texture and a temperature and feel it in your hands. Let it get warm. And as that beam of light wraps itself around our planet, around me here in the classroom, want you to imagine that beautiful beam of white light coming back to you in your right hand. And when it does, you are holding the energy of the circle in your hands alongside me. I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful. And just know that whatever energy you send around the circle tonight comes back to you manyfold. So if you send compassion, it's going to come back to you. If you send gratitude, it's going to come back to you. If you send sensuality, that's going to come back to you. If you send getting in touch with your divine sacred sexuality, that's what's going to come back to you. And again, that's what tonight represents. Tonight represents the god and the goddess consummating their love physically, and the fertilization process that leads to the goddess's pregnancy. And so tonight is giving and receiving and allowing and creating space and becoming pregnant with possibility, with visions. You know, I always joke with my students, I'm like, look, I am not interested in being pregnant with babies, but I sure am interested in being pregnant with possibility, right? We can be pregnant with lots of different things. Woo! Yeah, so Tracy said, you know, she's not feeling great. She needs healing energy. Get in the circle, Tracy. Sometimes people ask me, should I do ritual when I'm not feeling great? And my answer is yes. Come and feed from the fountain. Come and nourish yourself in the healing waters. I think when you're not feeling good, it's the perfect time to do ritual. It's exactly when you should be doing it. And watch, Tracy, like, tell me at the end, but I bet you're going to be feeling better by the time we're done tonight. So you just keep me posted how you're doing. And Jerica's trying to get pregnant. So girl, like, let's warm up your uterus tonight. Let's get some energy flowing there for you. Like, tonight's the night, right? All right. Whew. And so we're going to call in the guardians of the 7 sacred gateways to join us this evening in our beautiful Beltane ritual. We're so grateful for each other. We're grateful for the time. We're grateful for their presence. We're also going to welcome ancestors who have moved into healing light to join us this evening. Any ascended masters, angels, archangels, higher selves, light beings from other dimensions who wish to participate in this ceremony with us tonight. All those in alignment with the highest purpose of those who gather with me this evening are welcome here. And we ask you to join our sacred ceremony, our circle, to help us hold this beautiful beam of light that binds us across space and time. And so, guardians of the Eastern Gateway, we welcome you in the doorway first. Breath of life and conscious expansion. The gift of being able to create spaciousness in our lives, to be able to think freely and to indulge our thoughts and indulge our desires. We welcome the guardians of the Eastern Gateways to be here with us in our ceremony space this morning. Thank you for this new day, this new beginning, this new way of relating to ourselves and to each other. Guardians of the Southern Gateway, element of fire, forces of transformation, change, bringing the element of courage into our lives, helping us to indulge our passions here, sexual desire, passion, creativity. It's all in the Southern Gateway. And so we work with the element of fire to summon all of that energy. It's why we're going to burn our candle and drip our wax tonight. It's like we have to get deep into the fire in order to allow ourselves to be transformed. And this is the secret. Working with the Southern Gateway is the secret to aging beautifully, because it's a constant source of regeneration, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional regeneration. We welcome all those forces in the Southern Hemisphere, the Southern Gateway, to be with us in our ceremony space. Guardians of the West, guardians of the water element, goddess energy in the West. Think about the power of water, the force of water, and how it can heal, how it can create flow in your life. Prosperity is aligned with the element of water and the direction of west. So we call in prosperity and abundance in the month ahead, in this beautiful May month of abundance. We welcome the guardians of the Western Gateway into our ceremony space. Guardians of the North and guardians of the Wisdom Gateway, we welcome you. We call upon you for protection, for stability, for direction tonight, helping us to anchor and ground the energies so that they become useful sources of light. We welcome you into the ceremony space. And then on the vertical horizon, we welcome the guardians of the upper gateways, the upper realm. These are the guardians of the Akashic records, the cosmic library records of all time, what has been, what is, and what shall be. The angelic gateways are governed here, so we welcome in the angels this evening. We welcome in higher divine wisdom. to be present with us in our ceremony space. And then we welcome the guardians of the middle world. We give thanks for our community. I give thanks for you, for showing up and bringing your beauty and your spice and your passion to the work that we're doing. We ask for blessings upon our community, blessings of prosperity and abundance. I am seeding a wish tonight that every single person in our community, those who are present here with me right now, and those who will watch this recording later, I ask for deep prosperity and abundance on your behalf. I ask that prosperity and abundance flow to you from all directions, from sources seen and unseen. I ask that you are blessed with every possible desire that you have in your heart. I ask that it's met in perfect time and in deep alignment with the highest good of everyone else who's on this planet at this time. I ask that as you are blessed, that you in turn will become a blessing to others. We welcome the guardians of the middle world and then the guardians of the lower realm. This is the crystal kingdom, the ley lines and vortex points beneath the surface of our beautiful earth. We ask permission tonight to plug into those ley lines and sacred locations across the planet to connect to all of the earthly grids and planetary timelines, to use and work with that energy as a source of power and support for the energy that we're raising here together tonight. And when we're done, we ask, Sweet Gaia, that you take these energies back and use them, transform them into usable light, and share them with others who could also be supported by the energies that we're raising this evening. We give thanks to the guardians of the lower realm, the crystal kingdom. And with that, we have quite a spirit community in the room. So welcome your spirit guides and welcome the guardians and welcome them to your space. You know, some of you who are brand new, and I think some of you are here joining us for the first time. It's really cool that you chose tonight. And I hope you're inspired by seeing the many ways in which energy works and how powerfully it works in a virtual context too. So enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. They are here with us. Aho to that. Okay, so I want you to keep your shoulders rolled back. Make sure you stay in a nice, comfortable position. I'm going to play the bowls for you for just a couple of minutes before we begin our beautiful crafting and ceremonial work tonight. And so this golden bowl that I'm playing now is a solar plexus chakra bowl. That's your center of personal power. And then this orange bowl that I'm going to be playing also, I'm going to play them both at the same time for you, is a sacral chakra bowl. So that's activating your center of passion and creativity and physical desire. And so enjoy. If you want to lay down for a few minutes, sound works so much more beautifully when you are rested and can just shut off all of your other senses except your sense of hearing. And enjoy. Okay. Whew. Still playing, still working through. That's good. Yeah, sometimes you have to turn your audio down just a little bit because you want to just feel the vibration. Some people put their headphones on, by the way, for singing bowls and sound baths online. So just a little heads up if you haven't done that before. Did you go in for a minute? Yeah, it's just a quick 5-minute little... I can't reach through the screen and like rub you. So that's as close as I can get to vibrating you from where I sit. Right? You can sort of feel it through. And I will tell you, if you haven't really worked with sound is the hidden secret to it all. Did you know that the pyramids in Egypt were actually built as sound chambers? And each one of the great pyramids along that Giza Strip was created to align to a particular note and a particular chakra. And so what the priests would do in ancient Egypt is they would discern what your challenge was, what you were coming for healing for, and then they would figure out, okay, so what note does that person need to attune to, what frequency, and then they would take you to the pyramid that aligned with that frequency, and you would be in a sound chamber. It's pretty good. And sound can make you fly, you know what I mean? It's really incredible, and each frequency has a fingerprint, a sacred geometric fingerprint too, and so it's I think if you're not working with sound, like you haven't really hit the final frontier of energy work. So start playing with frequency. It's really true. Okay, I'm going to get my tools. Thank you, Team SG. They made me a cute little tray for crafting. And so I'm probably going to turn my camera down when I start doing the thing, but I want to talk to you first. So let me see. I want to tell you what's in your kit if you got it. So we walked through. You have hawthorn berries. Which represents fertility and sexuality. And hawthorn berries are in season right now. And so they're really mostly available around the Beltane holiday. If you're trying to get pregnant, hawthorn berries are really good for you. But again, it's like seeding and desire and intention. So when I put these hawthorn berries into my egg tonight, as I place each one, I'm going to seed. I'm going to pretend that these are little cells that are going to implant inside of Gaia on my behalf, and she's going to fertilize them and allow them to expand and bloom into something beautiful. Sunflower seeds is solar plexus chakra. So hawthorn berries are sacral chakra, sunflower seeds are solar plexus. This is about empowering you through the power of the sun, because think about what sunflower represents. Right? Like sunflower represents the energy of the sun. It's direct, it's masculine, it's expansive, it's warm, it's nurturing, it's purifying. And so that's what this is. This represents your solar plexus, your own personal power, and your capability to manifest what you seek. Rose petals are connected to the goddess of spring, Flora, who is one of the goddesses who's revered at the Beltane holiday. And it represents motherhood. And so, again, I'm not working on pregnancy energy tonight, but I am working on gestating new visions, new dreams, and new goals. And so when you put it inside, it's an offering to Gaia, but it's also a representation of your mothering too. Okay. And then we have jasmine flowers. Yes, sensuality. This is your desire. If your desire has been kind of not as active, jasmine flower is actually a really good flower for you to work with. It enhances sexual function and libido too, so I will put that out there for you if that is of interest to you. And then our chipstones that we're working with tonight, which I put somewhere else, are carnelian. And then I'm also working with some aventurine for new growth and with citrine for prosperity. And so some chipstones, and you can decorate your box with these, or you can put them inside, however you want to do it. I'm going to decorate a little bit. Not fun? Kimberly's brand new. Welcome. You picked a great night to be joining us for the first time. What a fun first experience for you. Angel's asking about eggs. If you're going to do it with an egg, if you're going to do this craft with an egg, because you can use any container that resonates with you, I'm going to leave that to your intuition. I don't have a specific rule for you on that. Yeah, Diana, you can totally use Mogra Attar if you don't have jasmine flowers. Mogra is Indian jasmine, so as long as you have the essence, the energy of jasmine, doesn't really matter whether it's in herb or essential oil form. And then you have your Ignite perfume. So the first step that we want to do in our ritual. Are you excited to craft? I'm excited to finally get this going. Okay. Yeah, you can use anything tonight as long as it's biodegradable, because the point is we're going to bury this. We're going to return this to Gaia by burying it later this week. You can do it tonight, or you can bury it at the new moon. So you just don't want to give anything back to Gaia that she can't compost. So if it's not all natural, and I would say very organic, I wouldn't want to give it back to sweet Gaia. So I want to put something back into her that is a source of blessing to her too. So keep that in mind as you're choosing. Okay, so your Ignite perfume has the essence. It has jasmine, it has rose, it has cinnamon, which is going to activate your sacral chakra. Cinnamon is a really strong aphrodisiac. Cinnamon and Damiana tea makes me frisky, especially if you add whiskey. Have you ever had cinnamon and Damiana tea? Again, like, I'm middle-aged, so if you're my age, you know, your desire levels tend to wax and wane with your hormone levels. If you're in your 20s and 30s, don't listen to me. I'm an older person talking to you about a later phase of life. But if you're kind of in your middle years, then sometimes you need a little help. So we anoint, at our third eye for what we know, at our wrist for what we do, blessing our creations with our hands, and a little bit at our ankles for where we go. I'm having fun tonight. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to take a double terminated wand, and I'm just going to, I've got my tray here. You can't see it. I'll turn the camera in just a second, but I'm going to ask for blessings upon all the ingredients that I'm working with tonight, activating them, opening energy lines and destiny lines between these sacred tools and my own destiny, asking that these tools are blessed, that the intentions that I set tonight are seen by the universe and received in a good way, and that all of the visions that I am activating tonight and all of the visions that you are activating tonight will come to pass in perfect time, in a deep alignment with your soul's path and purpose, and with the highest good of all those who are on the planet at this time. And together we say, Amen, Aho, and so it is. Okay. The first and most important step is intention. If there's only one thing you ever learn from me, I've been teaching for 8 years, but some of you are new. If there's only one thing you ever learn from me in the whole time you're with me, if it's this, I will be able to live with that. Energy follows intention. If you want to know my definition of magic, it is setting an intention and creating a channel for energy to flow to it. That's all magic is. It's the directing of attention and energy toward an intention, and then it's the flowering of that seed. Do you know what I mean? So I want you to bring your full attention now to your intention for this craft. You have massive energy available to you tonight. Masculine, feminine, conception, fertility, fertilizing, right? Placing, gestating, building, growing, uniting, connecting, inspiring, expanding, becoming, allowing, and moving into the fullest level of authentic power that you can possibly imagine. To me, that's sexy as hell. So from that place, you guys, from that place that I just described, I want you to focus your entire thinking right now. Close your eyes if you want to, but you don't have to. What is it? What is the one goal, the one dream, the one vision this year? Don't define it in negative terms. It can't be, I don't want this, or I don't want to experience that, or I want less of that. It has to be something that you are trying to call in or claim. You got to frame it in a positive way, okay? Because that's more attractive. That kind of language is viscous. It's attractive. And when you define things in negative terms, you push energy away, okay? So what is it? Take a moment, center your mind, and if you have a leaf or something that you're going to write on, I want you to write your intention on your leaf. And then I want you to blow on it. which might sound weird, but your breath is your life force. Right? There we go. Ease for Colleen, and well-being, positive well-being for Carmelyn, and prosperous retirement for Diane. May it be so. Financial independence for Kimberly. Kim Miller is loving herself. Tracy's asking for growth of her business. I love it. Jacqueline's asking for prosperity around her business, attracting an abundance of her ideal clients. May it be so. May they find you with ease. May they be naturally and easily attracted to you. May everyone who needs what you offer find you with ease. Isn't that one of the best flipping blessings ever? Want to say that with me again? May everyone who needs what you have to offer in your life find you with ease. Like honey flowing between you and them, right? They find you with ease. And with joy and with excitement and with enthusiasm, because when people find you with ease, that cultivates your self-confidence, which deepens your connection to your passion, which helps you to attract more of what you seek. Like, it's this really beautiful ongoing cycle, right? Like, think about it for you, Norma, or for a lot of you. It's like, everyone who needs to work with you, experience your soul, understand what you understand, have access to what you have to offer, may they find you in perfect time. And that includes partners and sex and relationships and babies. And we think about prosperity as money, but for a lot of us, prosperity means much more than that. I'm always calling it a prosperity of health. And one of my favorite things to have is time, because it's such a finite resource in my world. So I'm always asking for a prosperity of time. I've learned how to stretch time out. Have you done that? Kind of play with it, like wrinkle in time, kind of, right? Like stretch the minutes or like speed the minutes up if you need to. Okay. Now, what I want you to do first is take your intention leaf, and I want you to place it. Actually, before we do that, hold on. I forgot I wanted to do one thing. I'm going to take a little bit of ash from my abalone shell. If you have a smudging bowl, grab a little bit of your ash and put that in there, because what that represents is the cycle of energy. And then I'm going to take a little bit of tobacco. This is ceremonial tobacco. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to take a little bit of this ceremonial tobacco and break it up. This is an offering to Great Spirit, to Pachamama. And so we give thanks for beauty and energy that's already on its way. All of our dreams already coming to pass in perfect time and in deep alignment. Okay. And then if you have a crystal that you're working with, I want you to put it in there too. And so it's nice if you can make contact between quartz. If you have a piece of quartz, and honestly, it can just be a quartz point or a piece of tumble quartz or like a chipstone. It doesn't have to be anything special. Size does not matter when you're doing a craft like this. This is just a crystal. The reason I chose this one is not for its size, it's for its energy. It asked to be used in this way on this day. So I'm honoring that, right? And then place that inside. Okay, now I'm going to turn the camera down because I want you to play with me and kind of see what I'm doing. Can you guys see pretty clearly? I think you can. It's a beautiful sunset tonight here in LA too. Like you can kind of see the natural sunlight flowing through it. What a beautiful day. Thank you for being here with me. Okay, so now our offerings go in, and you can do, honestly, you guys can do anything you want to do. You cannot mess this up and you cannot do it wrong. So I want you to completely follow your heart and your intuition and just have fun, play a little bit. I don't want you to take this too seriously because you're going to take the joy out of it. Did you know that joy is what powers energy? Like when you raise energy with joy, it is so much more powerful than energy you raise in anger or energy you raise in frustration or energy you raise with stress. That's why I told you to check your problems at the door before we started, because that shit doesn't have a place in here right now. That can go sit outside. Okay, so the hawthorn berries are what you want to conceive tonight. Those are your eggs that are waiting to be found. And so I'm going to pick intuitively, I don't know, I have 6 individual seeds, and then I have a lucky double seed that's almost shaped like a heart or a berry. I mean, isn't that cute? Doesn't it look like a little hawthorn berry heart? I think it does. Okay, so with each one, I'm going to call in something that I'm trying to gestate, okay? You can have intention leaves, you can do 3 leaves, you can do no leaves but a bunch of hawthorn berries, you can do other kinds of berries. Any kind of berry is good for this. And so with this one, I'm calling in beautiful, perfect health. With this one, I'm calling in prosperity. With this one, I'm calling in joy and like a lot of laughter. And I want you to visualize these things right now. Like if you were to experience that, like Gaia takes this and grows joy for you, what would that look like? How would you feel if you were full of joy, full of health, full of prosperity? Sage Goddess has begun a beautiful new partnership that you're going to hear about soon. So I'm calling in blessings on that partnership. That new, we bought another company, and so we've expanded, and calling in blessings for that. I'm calling in with this one. This is for the desires and intentions of my community. So this represents all of their dreams coming true. That's you too. Seriously, Jennifer, like have fun. We're not adulting here. There are no rules. You can be naughty if you want to. You can do this any way you want to do it. You need to have fun and play. The more fun you have, the more energy you raise. Let's see. I'm going to ask for, that health blessing was for my whole family. I'm going to ask for good health also for my community and also for my team. And I'm going to, what would be my final one? Peace, I think, for myself, for our community, and also for our planet. And then I want to use one more because I want to call in divine sacred healing for all human beings on this planet today. May we all find the clarity and the peace and the tolerance that we need in order to live and be in good relationship with each other, with joy and happiness, and a real sense of kindredness and love together. Aho. Okay. Now, your sunflower seeds represent the power, the personal power. Thank you for that. Yeah, any kind of berry. Don't overthink this, guys. We're playing now. Honestly, go to your kitchen cabinet. So these are your sources of power. And so I'm calling in power of gratitude. I'm calling in physical power and strength. I'm calling in divine deep self-confidence and sovereignty, which I will tell you, the longer you do energetic work, the less you even have to ask for that. It's like it becomes its own source of power and beauty for you in your life. I'm calling in powers of clarity and vision. I'm calling in powers of being a good, clear, and open channel for the healing of others. I'm calling in powers of giving and creating sacred space for others to receive. And I'm calling in deeper powers of wisdom and inner knowing, and psychic development and intuition. I'm calling in, what are your powers, right? Ease, beautiful. What other powers are you guys calling in? What are you needing to, like, think of this as like juicing up your solar plexus, right? Woo. And you're just making a cosmic wish list, my friends. Like, if this isn't fun for you, I kind of don't know how to have fun with you. Those are all the powers I feel like I need right now. Oh, balance or equilibrium. That's something I can use. Ooh, I love that. Forgiveness. Beauty. Yep, power of beauty, we'll call that in. The power to hold beauty, to recognize beauty, and the power to create beauty. Okay. Good health and happiness. Oh, Brianna, you're so cute. Clarity for Norma, letting go for Deborah, flow for Lorian, acceptance for Larissa, alignment for Colleen, flow for Breezy. Colin added moss agate chips for balance. Love that. Right? Is this so super fun? Okay, now the roses represent compassion and mother energy. And so Gaia, Pachamama, we give thanks to you with this rose. I call upon all of my spirit guides, ancestors, light beings, higher self, to create beautiful blessings and reciprocity with our beautiful Mother Earth. And I'm feeling called to this one little rosebud down here. Of course, it has to be the one that's like hardest to get to, but sometimes they call you. And with this rosebud, I'm calling in blessings upon my own motherhood, helping me to be exactly the mother that my children need. My kids are becoming preteens, and so who the hell knows what that entails, but I'm asking for blessings upon my own journey as a mom. Okay, and then now it's sexy time. Super fun, right? All right, I'm calling in sexual desire and massive doses of sensuality, and I'm calling in pleasure, and I'm calling in seduction, and I'm calling in dancing with my shadow, and I'm calling in my ability to meet all of my own needs, and I am calling in the deepest, most authentic expression of my desires possible. And I'm calling in bountiful intimacy with my partner. And I am calling in juicy mango, reverse aging, sexy time energy in the physical. And then with this one, I am calling in blessings of desire and passion for my community, all of those who are in need. May they receive that blessing. And I'm calling in a huge, big old dose of creativity. That felt good. Sacral chakra is how you don't age. I promise you. Do you know why women and men don't age well? Because they get to middle age and they shut off and they think of that as something of their youth, and so they don't stay connected to their sexual power. You have to not do that. Okay, I did hawthorn, I did all that. So now the gemstones. So I'm going to use carnelian for stamina and courage and strength in the months ahead. Because again, remember, this is for the whole year. I am going to use citrine to represent prosperity for myself, prosperity for Sage Goddess and my team, Q Siren, to call in prosperity for my community. Sending blessings to the siren, as we do. I am calling in prosperity for my planet. I am calling in a prosperity of health and healing for all who need it. With aventurine, I'm calling in good luck. Also with aventurine, I'm calling in new opportunities. Let's see what else is happening here. I feel like that's all I need to do with that. That feels really good. And now I'm going to use a drop of basil from my Soul Shift Mesa. If you're my student, you can totally do the same thing. You don't have to, but just a drop. I'm feeling like I want to actually have my dropper. I'm going to do this. So I want to be kind of strategic about this. So I'm going to take my basil in my dropper, and I'm going to do 4 drops at the 4 directions inside. So calling in prosperity from the north, the south, the east, and the west, and 1 drop in the center for spirit. It smells like pesto, which is fine for me because I like pesto. And let's see, is there anything else? Like, you can kind of look around and ask yourself, do I need to add anything else? Does this look pretty good? I think this is good. Okay. And now, we're almost done. you can write your keyword or your power word or any word that comes to you. I'm going to sit with mine for a few minutes. I'm not going to do it right this minute. If you have your word or your one, this should be a focus word for the energy that you're raising. And I just feel called that I want to sit with mine for a few minutes before I do that. But what I am going to do is take the remainder of my hawthorn berries and my carnelian chipstones. And one more time around the periphery, as I place them, I'm going to glue them onto my box. And then calling in the blessings. So stamina and courage, beauty, strength, again with another carnelian chipstone. I'm using my intuition. You don't have to do it exactly the way I'm doing it, but this is what I felt called to do. And then another blessing of expansion. Isn't that fun? Yeah, you could put a sigil on there. Totally, Danielle. I think that's a beautiful suggestion. If you have a sigil or a sacred magical symbol that you feel really connected to, that could be another beautiful way of doing it. And I think I'm just going to do, I'm not feeling called to do them all the way around. I think I'm just going to do the top half and make it symmetrical. And so more blessings of joy, gratitude, an endless supply of energy to make all my dreams and visions come true. I'm calling in a blessing of support from people, places, and things in my life that will help me to manifest my dreams in perfect time. And then, let's see, honestly, you could take this and do all kinds of incredible things. And you guys are so creative, I'm sure you will. But this feels pretty complete for mine. And so what I'm going to do, because I was called to do this earlier in my meditation, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. They showed me taking the perfume and just drawing a circle around the edge of the box. It needs to be, they told me it had to be one complete circle. My spirit guides. So if I interrupted it, I have to start all over again. Okay, one complete circle around. And then what you're going to do is you're going to light your candle. My fan is in the way a little bit. I don't want to drip it too soon. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is one drop at the 4 directions. Okay, so, I'm going to have to move my fan for a second. Let me light that again. So one drop at the 4 directions, again, pausing with each drop to give thanks and honor the direction that you're calling in. So I'm going to begin in the east, which is on this direction in my classroom. So with my drop to the east, I'm calling in blessed new beginnings in the year ahead. Isn't that fun? And then take a breath there. That felt good. And then to the south, I'm calling in prosperity and courage and stamina and a beautiful set of transformations in the year ahead. All blessed, supported by forces seen and unseen. And then in the west, I'm calling in prosperity, flow, ease, and tenderness. And then in the north, I'm calling in wisdom, support, protection, and grounding. And then if you feel called, you can do one additional in the center as an expression and offering of gratitude to Great Spirit. Amen, aho, and so it is. And this now becomes a very important candle. You should continue to burn this, even though you've used it technically for our ceremony together. You should put that on your altar and continue to burn it, because it's a really sacred candle. It's been charged in ceremony. It's got all this really beautiful, creative, sexy energy attached to it. So, aho. So here is what my box looks like. Can you smell it? Isn't it beautiful? Like, that's an offering you're proud to go and give back to Pachamama. Or you can choose to keep it on your altar too. You don't have to bury it. As I said, there are lots of different ways to work with this. This could just stay on your altar all year long if you wanted it to represent. This is a womb outside of your womb. Truly. This is your little gestation space. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, or it's like, it doesn't matter, because we all come from women, and we all understand what it means to gestate energy. And so everyone can do this exercise. That's beautiful. Norma buried it inside of a plant. Absolutely perfect. Aho. All right. And so now the last step. So we want to give thanks to all of the plants and flowers that yielded their leaves and their petals and their beautiful essential oils to this offering, to the gemstones, to Gaia for gestating those within her womb and releasing them to our care. And we ask on this sacred night, in the company of each other and of our ancestors and spirit guides, we ask that the intention that we set tonight be supported and blessed in every way, and that our deepest desires come to pass in perfect time, and again in full alignment with the highest good of every other soul on this planet at this time. And we give thanks for blessings and beauty that are already on their way, because I really believe there are already so many blessings flowing to you. You just can't see them yet. And can I just show you? I have a little heart. Did you see it? Come on. Oh yeah. They do, don't they, Sharon? Like, this is a happy holiday. I hope you're really enjoying it. Like, you should be laughing and enjoying your time and really connecting with each one of the elements that we've worked with, because we've worked with all 4 of the elements tonight, right? So enjoy. Okay. And so what I'm going to recommend before I release the Guardians of the Gateways and release you from our work tonight, I'm going to recommend, like I said, I'm going to work with this box again during our new moon ceremony, which is live this Friday from 6 to 7. It's a new moon in Taurus, 2 days before 5/5, which is the most important prosperity day of the year. If you did this tonight, please join me Friday from 6 to 7. And then please watch my pre-recorded 5/5 ritual at 5:55 in your time zone on Sunday. If you do those 3 things, I promise you, you have raised as much magical energy as you possibly can for prosperity and wealth and abundance in your life this year, as you can possibly raise. At least in my book. I don't know any other tricks. I am sharing all my tricks with you. So enjoy. And so I want to thank the guardians of the 7 sacred gateways for attending us in our work this evening. Guardians of the lower realm, the lower world, the crystalline kingdom, the bone people, the bone kingdom, all the ancestral bones that still reside within the earth. We thank you for anchoring us tonight and plugging us into that sacred planetary grid so that we could pull up energy from the center of the earth and collect it and direct it in a good way, in a good direction tonight. We release you from our ceremony space. Guardians of the middle world, thank you for the blessing of my community here with me tonight, because we are the middle world. We're here to be a source of blessings and inspiration to each other, and so thank you for doing that for me. I hope I did that for you tonight. We give thanks for the blessings of this present moment, and we give thanks for blessings that are already on their way to us in the future. We release you. Guardians of the upper realm, the astral gateway, the Akashic gateway, we give thanks for cosmic wisdom. We give thanks for angelic blessings. We give thanks for the connection to the upper realms from which we came and to which we shall return. We release you from the circles this evening. Guardians of the north, thank you for grounding us and anchoring us and protecting us as we did our sacred work. Thank you for wisdom that we received this evening and shared with each other. We release you. Guardians of the west, thank you for waters of prosperity and flow and ease and expansion and allowance. We welcome these energies with so much gratitude and release you. Guardians of the South, thank you for this beautiful fire holiday. Thank you for the fires that burn bright, the fire within us, which allows us to express and communicate and experience passion and desire together. We release you. So excited about the transformation that's already on its way for all of us. And then Guardians of the East, thank you for this doorway, this gateway, this spaciousness, this expansiveness, this new day, this new perspective. Let tonight be really a fully burdened reimagining for you of what it means to connect to your desire. Like, allow yourself really fertile ground here to call in what you really do desire. Even if it feels scary to do that, maybe you're not somebody who's used to asking for what you want. That's not my problem as a Leo, but embrace it, right? And so Guardians of the Seven Gateways, thank you for holding space with us. We release all of you with gratitude. And with that, our 2019 Beltane Ritual is complete. I'm so thankful. Yeah, the sun is coming in. It's quite lovely. Hopefully you can still see me pretty clearly. Pretty soon it's going to go all over my face, but that's kind of fun too, to play with solar energy. Happy birthday, Annette. So grateful that you took some time out of your birthday to spend with all of us. How beautiful is that? I'm very, very grateful for you. So a couple of things I want to tell you. We are celebrating Beltane, of course, with one of the biggest sales of the year at sagegoddess.com. I have right behind me the carnelian flames from our website today. I'm about to do ceremony with those right now. So those are being charged and worked with by me in ceremony right this minute when we're done here. And so if you purchase one of those from the website, don't forget code FLAME19 to save 19%. And the other thing I want to tell you is my citrine necklace, there's a few left of these too. So while we have a really amazing sale going on, you may want to do a little sexy time shopping this evening. So those things are there for you. Oh my God, and the emerald pendulums. And did you see the sodalite plates? Like, we've had amazing stuff. We have white sage bundles, if there's any of those left. We have a beautiful resin buffet where you can choose frankincense or myrrh or any of the beautiful resins to burn. So Team SG, we kind of knocked it out of the park today. So enjoy that. Pink morganite ring, I would say on your queen finger, Santhapriya, which is your index finger. Queens have always worn rings on their index finger because it was considered to be the god finger in ancient times, and queens and kings have always believed that they were appointed by God, not by people, and so they would wear a ring on that finger to denote their connection to God and to divine right authority. So hopefully that's helpful for you when you think about your jewelry. When you put your jewelry on, it's like, what are you putting on your queen finger, or your king finger, as it were? So enjoy. All right, you guys, have a beautiful rest of your evening. Thank you for sharing Beltane with me. It was a pleasure to walk you through the magic of this experience. I will be back with you 6 p.m. Friday for New Moon Ritual. So if you want more where this came from, it is a new moon in Taurus, which is the best night to set intentions for prosperity. Can you believe we have Beltane, new moon in Taurus, and 5/5 all within 6 days? Get excited, everybody. I will look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Have a beautiful rest of your night. It was divine. And now, Dave has something to look forward to. I'll see you soon.